Okay. The Utah Jazz turned it around. They got a nice win against the Phoenix Suns. Big night from Lauri Markkanen, career high. Monster night from Devin Booker. Let's talk about Suns. Let's talk about Jazz. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. All right, guys. So this was an absolute blast of a game. The Jazz, they have not gotten a lot of help with the schedule this year. They have had so many back-to-backs. By the way, this is the front end of another back-to-back for the Utah Jazz. They play tomorrow. So they needed this win. If they were going to win a game, they needed this win because they had just lost 3 in a row. They come against a Suns team who is missing some of their best players. And so this was their chance to get one against a really, really good Suns team. Let's talk about the Suns first, and then let's talk about the Jazz. The story for the Suns is obviously Devin Booker, who's having an MVP-like season. I mean, he has been remarkable. Let's bring up the display here. Yep, there we go. And let's bring down, not that one. Oh, we do this every night. There we go. Bring me down. All right, so let's talk about Devin Booker. He has been just absolutely, look at these numbers. 16 for 31 from the field, and he basically had to do that because there was no Chris Paul. They're missing Cam Johnson, who, by the way, is a very big part of how good they are and what they do. Cam Johnson was one of those guys in the draft that everyone seemed to badmouth because of the injury stuff, but I was like, you know what? He's like 6'8", 6'9". He's the best shooter in the draft, and he plays hard. Who knew he'd be good? You know, so they need Cam Johnson back. I think it comes back in like 2 months. Let me know in the comments, Suns fans, when he comes back. But he's a big deal, and they were really counting on him to be big. And ironically, I guess, you know, maybe they were right. He's injured this year, so he's not playing. But he's been a big part of what they do. And they really kind of bet on him to be the big part of their future by basically letting Jay Crowder know he wasn't going to be in the starting lineup. And Jay Crowder kind of goes off the wall a little bit, as he does. By the way, I'll never forget the stuff with Jay Crowder when he was on the Jazz and his girlfriend. There was that one night on Instagram where she was posting stories on Instagram. And if you know, you know. And it was a wild, crazy story going on there. So anyways, what we know from that is that Jay Crowder sometimes is in the chaos. And that's what's happened this season for the Suns a tiny bit. I kind of am rooting for Cam Johnson to come back because obviously you root for those guys to be on the team and playing at their best. And so let's hope that Cam Johnson, I'm not quite sure when he comes back, but he'll be a big important piece for them when he does. Like I said, Devin Booker was incredible tonight. He took 31 shots. He was the focal point of the offense. You know, you see 31 shots and you think, man, how many shots can he take? But they were good shots, 51% from the field. He did shoot just 2 for 9 from 3, but look at this, 10 assists. He was really making a point to move the ball in the first half. This could have been even higher, but they needed his scoring. He also had 8 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double tonight. He was really, really good. And then when you look at the fact that he only had 1 turnover, so a 10-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, that's just fantastic. And then obviously the 49 points. Although 2 of them were with 1 second left, he got the rebound. Instead of passing it out for a 3, he takes the easy 2-pointer and makes it. So, anyways, 49 points is impressive. Really, I look at it as 47, but who's counting? Torrey Craig, this number right here triggers me. I'm triggered. You know why this triggers me? This is like pain right here. Oh my gosh, this is pain right here. This guy is not a great 3-point shooter. Of course, against the Jazz, he shoots 3 for 5. Let's see. Oh, I guess we're opening up in a new window. Let's look at what his 3-point percentage is for the season. Let's see. Oh, he's shooting a high percentage this year. 42%. That's pretty good. But anyways, normally he's in this 30 range and usually the low 30s. And the one that really hurts is he's moved around is this one right here, 32%. Now, 3 for 5. Why does that hurt my soul? Well, he was shooting 3 for 5 from 3 in 2019-20. Who did he play against? He was part of the Denver Nuggets. He plays against the Utah Jazz. What did he do in game 1? Everyone talks about Donovan Mitchell dribbling, like getting the 8-second count. Guess what? The Jazz win that game if 32% shooter Torrey Craig does not shoot 3 for 5 in that first game. And he did it tonight. I'll never forget it. 3 for 5 he shot. And then guess what he did the rest of the series? He shot like turds. He shot like turds dripping in a toilet. I hate Torrey Craig. I hate Torrey Craig. Anyways, 3 for 5 from 3. Mikal Bridges is really good. Definitely just a defensive monster. The 2 steals, 2 assists. He is so crazy long. His arms are so long. And he's athletic, and he uses them wisely. And just fantastic stuff from Mikal Bridges. You know, he's the perfect 3-and-D wing for what they do because they have 2 ball-dominant guards in Chris Paul and Devin Booker. And someone like Mikal Bridges, I know people talk about him being able to create his own shot, and he's actually done that a little bit. We saw a little bit of that tonight with that little free throw line pull-up. But 6 for 12 from the field, and he goes 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. You know, if he can knock down from 3, 0 for 2, I'm curious now. What is he shooting for the season? He's usually a high-level three-point shooter. What is he right now? He is shooting 44%. So, I mean, he's having a really nice year. I didn't realize it was that high. Man, the Suns are getting some really nice shooting from their forwards while Cam Johnson's out. So, and then DeAndre Ayton had a nice game, too. This guy is just pretty solid. I mean, look at this. He actually almost had a triple-double as well. 17, 10, and an 8. Holy cow. All right. Oh, my gosh. Zintis, $5. Thank you, Zintis. X marks the spot. Thank you, my man. I wasn't having a great day at all today, but a Jazz win made it better. Well, you know what? That makes me happy, Zintis. You know, I've been having headaches for the last 2 or 3 days. I have been trying to eat healthier and do better with the gym and stuff, and I've been having headaches, and it's hard to be happy when you're having headaches and you're not feeling super great and tired because you're trying to make good decisions. Isn't it hard when you're making good decisions and things feel harder? It's just freaking tough. But anyways, I'm sorry you had a bad day today, Zintis, but I appreciate the $5 a lot. And I'm glad the Jazz won for Zintis. Everyone let Zintis know that he's awesome. Shantheric, welcome to All-Star. Uh-oh. Shantheric, you've been around for a while, my man, and now you're part of All-Star. You know what that means. You get the nickname treatment. All right, we've got to come up for it right now. Middle of the show, I don't care. What's the Shantheric? What's the nickname for Shantheric? Shanthruck. 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 Chan. Chance. Chant. 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 Okay, so we're chanting something. Jared Chanterbuilt. Oh, hey, you know what? If you've got Jared Chanterbuilt, I like it. Chanterbuilt. Like Shantheric with the T. Chanterbuilt. Jared Chanterbuilt. Do you want Chanterbuilt or Chanterbuilt? Let's poll this. Let's poll this. Chanterbuilt or Jared Chanderbuilt? All right, here's the poll. Let me know. Jared Chanderbuilt or Jared Chanterbuilt? Let me know. But Shantheric, by joining All-Star, is now one of the elite. Now one of the top. Now one of those that makes the difference and gets the shout-out. Jared Chanterbuilt with 67%. Jared Chanterbuilt, 33%. We've only got 6 votes. Put your votes in. Put your votes in. Put your votes in. Put your votes in. Do it. Do it right now. 10 votes. Only 10 votes. What is this? American election cycles? What, we got to wait for mail-in ballots here? Get your votes in. Get your votes in. 12 votes? All right. Looks like Chantheric is Jared Chanterbuilt. Jared Chanterbuilt. Actually, should we... Oh, because guess what? What do they call Vanderbilt? Vando. Should he be Chanto? Chanto? Chanto or Chanterbuilt? I'm just waiting to see what people say. Jared Chanterbuilt. I like it. Chanterbuilt. Chantheric. Jared Chanterbuilt. Chanto. Chando. That doesn't work. All right. Gavel. Jared Chanterbuilt. Oh! Late changes. 53-47. The mail-in ballots are rolling in. Oh, my goodness. Jared Chanterbuilt it is. Is that a scientific poll? 17 votes, 52-47. Do I like Chanterbuilt better? You said Chanterbuilt, Chantheric. You know what? Recount. It's going Chanterbuilt. Jared Chanterbuilt. How many times can I say Jared Chanterbuilt? All right, I got to lock it in so I remember it. I've got to lock it in. Jared Chanterbuilt. Let's see. Okay. By the way, welcome Chantheric to the channel. I appreciate it. Jared Chanterbuilt. Chantheric, Jared Chanterbuilt. I got to remember when we do the thing. That's all by memory. So if I forget, you guys got to let me know in the comments. Jared Chanterbuilt. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Where were we? All right. I think we've talked enough about the Suns. You know what the Suns lead in? Death threats in my DMs. Okay? Only the Suns fans are the ones that come in my DMs and say things to me. All right? And say not nice things. Well, you know what? I'm going to say nice things to you, Sun fans. You have a nice player in Devin Booker. He's very nice. Chanterbuilt. There we go. All right. Enough about the stupid idiot Suns. I hate the Suns. Stupid piece of garbage. But I will tell you this. They did help me with my prize picks today. If you haven't already, we're already screwing it up. Go to promo code HoopsNerd. Go to prize picks and sign up, guys. Tonight, we won. I won again. We're back, baby. We're back. I won 112. What did I win tonight? 139 or something. I did a quarter of my total. 44 down. Turned into like 100. What's 44 times 3? Because that's what I won. It was like 132. I can't even remember. Anyways, easy money. I bet the over on Devin Booker, and man, did he hit the over. And then I bet the over on assists for Mike Conley, and boof, he hit it. Boom. And there's some trends there. We'll talk about it with a little bit of the Jazz with the prize picks. But man, if you haven't already, go to prize picks, use promo code HoopsNerd. It is a lot of fun. They will match up to $100 of your initial deposit. Free money. Free money. All right. So, and by the way, be responsible. Make the right choice. Don't do anything that you can't afford. If you do, you're a dummy. All right? Don't be a dummy. Okay. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz. Let's see. Let's bring up the Utah Jazz. Let's put in this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Story of the night was Lauri Markkanen. What a night for him. Holy smokes. And if you want to have a easy prize picks guess, when Lauri Markkanen is A, at home, and B, rested, he explodes. It's like every time. I almost want to look at it. Like, this is like easy trends. Let's see. Let's do Utah Jazz. Let's go to Basketball Reference and just look at this because it's kind of wild. Let's go here and let's just look. Man, my internet's... Why is it going so today? Come on. Don't do this to me. Well, they can load the ads, but they can't load this. Well, maybe it's not happening tonight. There we go. All right, so let's go to this. Let's just look. So, home game for the Jazz. They had 3 days in between, and Lauri Markkanen scores 38. But look at this. On the road, after very little rest, Markkanen's struggling in these. So you look. 13 points. Previous game. On the road. Very little rest. Markkanen scores. Where was he? Right there. No, that's the advance. 15 points. So usually they have the over-under on price picks for Lauri Markkanen at 18.5, typically. When he was killing it at the beginning, they would have it at 19.5. That was pretty crazy. But let's see. Let's go back to the schedule. This is something I'm noticing. But then look, Atlanta Hawks on the road. Let's see. I'm curious. On the road. So I think they had rest with this. But Lauri Markkanen scores a big night. So there's an outlier, I guess. But for the most part, when Lauri Markkanen is at home with rest. Where's one at home with rest? 2 days with rest. Am I going to be proven wrong or right here? This is just my eye test. 31. Boom. At home with rest. 31. You can just count on it. So when he is rested and at home, money. If he's rested, it's a big deal for him. When he's tired, he does not produce. That's why tomorrow the Jazz have a back-to-back. I am not sure what we're going to get out of Lauri Markkanen. I would probably bet the under on him. You never know. Because also what's interesting is that he's not like... Let's see here. Where is Lauri? Let's bring him up. Game log here. He's up and down, and a lot of it's like rest-based. 17-24. Let's see, how's that? It's interesting. What was the separation here, date-wise? 10-19, okay. 14 points, but look at this. This is a day after, back end of a back-to-back, 14 points. That was on the road. But look at this. Was this a back end? No. I'm looking for back end to back-to-back. Boom, boom. Oh, actually, that right there bucks the trend. He went up on the back-to-back. That was at home, so interesting. 13 at home, but then he has rest. He scores 38. So I'm kind of curious. After he scores a big night, it seems like he tends to go down. So look, 27, 18, 32, 17, 31, 14. So I would say watch Lauri Markkanen tomorrow. That's going to be interesting. Will he hit the over? Because typically when he's had a big night like this, he doesn't quite do it the next day, especially on the back end of a back-to-back. We shall see. But tonight, he was fantastic. 38 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. He was phenomenal. 15 for 18 from the field. And this was being guarded by, Bridges. I always want to say, is it Miles Bridges? Mikal Bridges. Miles Bridges is definitely different. Mikal Bridges, who was all defense, whatever. He just killed it, and he had 3 days rest. The more rest you give Lauri Markkanen, the more Tecmo Bowl power-ups he gets. So 38 points. He was hitting his threes too. He only took 3 of them, but he hit 2 of them, 66%. He hit that monster shot at the end of the game. It was incredible. So anyways, and we've talked about this before. When Lauri Markkanen has a big game, the Jazz just win. They just win. You can see right here. Big night, win. Let's see. 31, win. 24, win. 23, win. 31, win. 27, win. Let's see. 23, win. 32, win. And tonight, win. On all these losses, 17, 15, 13, a loss. So basically, if Lauri scores 21 or over, you're going to win the game. It's crazy how much, you can tie to just this. Obviously, there's some noise there, but man, when Lauri Markkanen is scoring at an elite star level, it's a win for the Jazz. It just is. Kelly Olynyk, I felt bad. I mean, he had the game before this one. He had a career game. It was 27 points, and then tonight he was in foul trouble all night. I swear he gets the worst whistle in the game. It's unfair. It's crazy. But he scores 5 points. He only played 20 minutes, and this was completely based off of referees who wouldn't stop calling fouls on him. And so he makes some bad plays at the end of the game. But honestly, I would argue that some of that is just because referees are making him so tentative. So tentative, and he's so out of rhythm because referees are calling fouls on him for breathing on guys, and they don't call it the same the other way. It knocks him out of his rhythm. Regardless, he was still a plus 19 in 20 minutes, and that probably has to do with that initial start to the game when the Jazz were just knocking down threes like crazy. That beginning of the game won them the game. It was crazy because the rest of the game, the Suns basically won the rest of the game, but Utah built enough of a lead that they carried it. Jared Vanderbilt is he is such a variance player. 9 rebounds last game. Tonight, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. He almost had a triple-double for the Jazz. Just 6 points, and he was a plus 19. I want him to get that Jazz triple-double, and I want to start getting more. I mean, this is fun to see. 8 assists. He was only behind Mike Conley in assists. That's crazy. So he's moving the ball. It's fun to watch. He's such a fun player. For a player that struggles to shoot the ball, and he's been not knocking down his threes lately. 0 for 1. But, man, he impacts the game in a lot of good ways. 11 rebounds, 8 assists. A lot of these were like putback. I think a lot of his buckets were putbacks. Let's just see out of curiosity. I forgot. The internet's not going great. Cutting dunk shot, tip layoff dunk, reverse layup. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that reverse layup from Mike Conley. Yeah, it's not going well tonight, guys. Sorry. But anyways, he's just great. I love Jared Vanderbilt. I love the energy. I love what he brings, the length, the size. He had that one nice defensive play against Booker, which was fun. He's just fun. He's just great. I love Vando. Jordan Clarkson had a really, on fire start to the game and just had a solid outing again. Tonight, just 3 assists. He was so, Kvombor, thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate it. Gay watching Fontecchio taking his minutes. Yes, is anyone missing Rudy Gay with Fontecchio? Fontecchio basically needs to just have earned that spot. You are correct, Kvombor, 18. You are right. Let's see. Jordan the GOAT, best roll, $1.99. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Eliminate fouls and penalties and we'll be incredible. We're a pretty foul-prone team. I'll be honest. I don't know. I haven't looked into this very much at all, actually. But look at this. Personal fouls, 28. That's a lot of fouls. But sometimes fouls mean you're a team that plays hard. Sometimes fouls mean you're a team that's trying to get steals and you're going for blocked shots and you're defending hard. And so sometimes being a team that fouls a lot isn't necessarily a bad thing. I know like some guys out there will say, well, the less you foul, the better, which is true. But at the same time, fouling is also a sign of effort, right? Sometimes you make dumb fouls. I think if you can remove the dumb fouls, like the fouling in transition and they still score, stuff like that, don't do that. But sometimes fouls is also a sign of effort and aggression. 28-25, so I don't know. I don't know what an average night of fouls is. I don't know. But anyways, let's see. Who are we talking about? Vando, Jordan Clarkson. Oh, Jordan with the 3 assists. He's been assisting it so much. They actually took it off Prize Picks because he was getting like 5+ every single game. It's crazy. I actually, just for fun, let's go to Jordan Clarkson and I'll show you. It's wild. It's so consistent. You can't do it on Prize Picks. Let's see. Believe me, I was hitting every single time. Let's see. Assists. 5, 4, 5, 3, 8, 7, 6. I mean, consistently at 5 or above. 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 5, 5. I mean, I guess a few of these are under. The assists have actually gone down a little bit this last. What's he at for the season? He's below 5. Anyways, the assists from Clarkson have been awesome, and I hope he keeps up that mentality of moving the ball because when he does, it's fantastic. I'd like to see him back over 5 assists a game, to be honest. But Mike Conley, that's the other consistency guy. The 8, like they put the over under at 7 on Prize Picks, and it's just like money every time. I missed it by 1 the other day, but 10 assists for Mike Conley. This is a Stockton type night. 13 points, 10 assists, 4 for 9 from the field, and he was knocking down the 3 tonight. This is an inverse of what he had last game, where he was like 1 for 7 from 3. And 1 for 6 from 3, 1 for 7 from the field, but 4 for 9 and 4 for 5 from 3. This is a lot of what Mike Conley brings now, is that efficiency from 3 with the assists, and man, he was just slinging it tonight. Oh my gosh, was he fun to watch. 13 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds. He was fantastic. I mean, Mike Conley has just been so good for the Jazz this year, and I felt like tonight was actually a little bit of a turning point game because they had just lost 3 in a row. They were 10-6 coming into this one, and you lose another one, and all of a sudden you're just 3 games over 500. And Danny Ainge starts needing to make decisions. A 4-game losing streak starts to look pretty rough, especially if they lose tonight and then play tomorrow. It's a back end of a back-to-back. This could have been a 5-game losing streak really easy. I'm not saying the Jazz are going to lose tomorrow. I don't even know who they're playing tomorrow. Who are they playing tomorrow? The Jazz play Portland, who's a good team. So this is a big game tomorrow. But anyways, if they lose tonight and they're like 10-7 and they lose to Portland and they're 10-8, holy smokes. And by the way, the 22nd is a big day. The 22nd is the day that Lauri Markkanen, if they wanted to, or not Lauri Markkanen, Kelly Olynyk could be traded. You can't trade a player until 2 months have passed since you traded for that player. So Kelly Olynyk is tradable on the 22nd, which is Tuesday. So this was a big night for the Jazz. If they lose this game, it's very likely they don't win the next one because Portland's really good. By the way, bet that over on either Simons or or Dame. That's going to be like pretty easy money there. But anyways, I thought this was a big night, and so it was a huge night for Lauri Markkanen to pull this one out. And Mike Conley is such a cornerstone of what they do. If they lose this one and they lose again tomorrow, man, I don't know if Mike Conley's on the Jazz in a month. So maybe they held it off for a while. We'll see. Walker Kessler had a tough night. He just did. He's still a rookie, and he's, for the most part, what's been amazing about Walker Kessler is how good he's been. But tonight he struggled. Let's see, -18. He had 3 rebounds, just not impacting the game quite like you'd want him to. And some of that's just playing against a really good Suns team, and it's against a new-look team you haven't played before. You know, this will happen. He's just a rookie, so he's going to have lots of great nights, which he's had, but then he'll have nights like this, and this is just part of being a rookie, and you learn from it, and hopefully you just grow, and you just say, hey, this is how I got my butt kicked. How do I get my butt kicked less next time, you know? But he's a great prospect, and, you know, sometimes it just happens when you're a rookie. Colin Sexton's also been a little... This is interesting. This bench unit has been so good for the Jazz, but tonight the Jazz won with the starters. This is interesting, actually. We've watched the Jazz on these nights when the Jazz have beaten some of these good teams. The starters have typically been either even or even slightly negative with, like, big bench numbers. And tonight they won with big starter numbers. And this is a lot of this is that first quarter like we talked about. And then, but tonight it was the starters that won the game. The bench really struggled. -20 for Colin Sexton, -18 Walker Kessler. It looks like they probably shared the floor with Lauri a little bit and maybe with Mike Conley to try to fix things. That's why this -2 is actually not is deceptive, because this is -20. This is pretty bad. Mike Conley obviously playing with these guys. So this swing was pretty rough, and even Mike Conley couldn't stop it. Colin Sexton, just rough night. I don't know if it's defense or what's causing this, but man, pretty rough stuff. Talon Horton, that's what's funny is this +4 from Horton Tucker, and I felt like he wasn't doing a great job. This is interesting too. I know we're talking about Rudy Gay, and I actually would rather see Simone Fontecchio play instead of Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay's defense is pretty good. I mean, that's pretty much why you play Rudy Gay at this point, is defense. He's a solid defensive player. He just is. He's big, and he knows how to play defense, and he rebounds, and he does a lot of nice things defensively. When I went and watched, I was like on row 8, and I watched Rudy Gay. I tell you what, you get that close and you watch Rudy Gay, that guy's freaking huge. And just strong and big and tough and strong, and those types of guys help you on the defensive end. Not saying Simone Fontecchio can't do that, but he's a rookie. And so this is just a little interesting to me. So, not saying I would prefer Simone Fontecchio, but I can tell you that I sometimes can understand why a coach might lean towards Rudy Gay. Just kind of, it's the known defensive factor. Let's see. Zhang Jie Tao, Fontecchio had a block. Yes, he did. He did, in fact, have a block. But I think there's other things that Rudy Gay sometimes brings to the table with his size and rebounding and stuff like that, and filling the lanes and so on. So Fontecchio can probably do that. Fontecchio is actually pretty big too. I'd say they're pretty comparable size-wise. Gay's probably a little bit bigger. He's pretty big, guys. When you see Rudy Gay, he's big. Like, he's surprisingly big. But anyways, Fontecchio is definitely a better shooter, better offensive player. I think defensively you probably give the nod to Rudy Gay a little bit. But But yeah, the other guy that really saved this game for Utah was Malik Beasley. This guy is probably one of the steals of all the trades the Jazz have had. And I've talked about him multiple times this year. The beginning of the season, he had a little bit of the numbers weren't there. Man, he is a lights-out shooter. He just is like easy 40% three-point shooting. Look at this, 53% from three. 10 for 17, so he was doing this from the field as well. But 7 for 13 from three. This type of offense is so valuable. And if I'm a team out there that wants to win games, whether I'm the Los Angeles Lakers or the Golden State Warriors or someone like that who just needs more consistent offense, there is no more consistent offense than Malik Beasley off the bench. This guy is just easy 20 on these games. I mean, he's averaged multiple seasons. He's had 20-point-per-game seasons. 31 minutes, he scores 27 points. For whatever reason, he seems to just be a little bit more effective off the bench. But, man, is he just a nice offensive player and really just shooter, you know. He's just a flat-out assassin. I mean, he's so great. I love Malik Beasley. He's so fun to have on your team. Great bench guy. Great, like, in terms of just, like, being a good teammate, locker room guy. Absolute just, and then on the floor, just an absolute assassin, plays with fire. I love this guy. Malik Beasley's freaking awesome. We should all love and appreciate Malik Beasley more. This guy is absolutely on fire. Let's look at what the nice thing about NBA.com, by the way, shout out to NBA.com and their instant update percentages. But look at this. For the season, he's shooting 43% from three. He's having a great season. Kind of a bounce back season, to be honest. 30, 38, 39, 37, 43. He's having a career high, actually, from three. That's great. And he's taking 7 a game. Look at this. At times, he's taking 8 per game. That's when he was averaging, what's points? I mean, he had this season in 2020. He was scoring just under 20 points per game. The guy is a 20 points per game capable guy. Look, he did it here and here. What is that? I don't know. Was that pandemic? Pre and post pandemic? I don't know. But anyways, he's just an absolute assassin. Absolutely fantastic. And we've talked about Simone Fontecchio. It's just 10 minutes, but man, the guy can shoot it. He does other things. He had the block. He rebounds. He's big. He's this guy has some real potential. I think the Jazz found something. I think the big question we all had with him was we knew he could do it in Europe and with Team Italy, and it's looking like it translates. The question is it makes me want to watch him more. What is it that is keeping him from being consistently over Rudy Gay? And some of that might be just locker room control by Will Hardy. I don't know. But Fontecchio can shoot the ball, and it translates. Holy smokes. Yes, it does. We've looked at that enough. I think that's everything. I don't know what else, guys. It's just another big win for this Jazz team. I'll be honest. I did not know if they would win this one. The Suns, even without Chris Paul and Cam Johnson, are still a really good team. Ayton's a good player, and he did kind of take our bigs to... Sorry. He did eat our lunch a little bit, and the Jazz still found a way to win this game, and it's all up to Lauri Markkanen. The big question mark is, man, it took an 83% shooting night from Lauri Markkanen to win this game. Can the Jazz win again tomorrow? Back end of a back-to-back against a good Portland team. And Portland's a better team than they were last year. They are really legitimately great. So, pretty fun. Pretty fun. All right. We've got our new all-star in Shan Therick, Jared Chanderbilt. Shan Therick. Chanderbilt. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Actually, I want to reload it because I want to see his name. It looks cool when you see it. When you see it. All right, there it is. I see you, Shan. All right, let's pull this up, baby. We got our All-Stars. All right, it's time to thank our All-Stars, baby! On this Friday night on a Jazz win, let's give a shout-out to the All-Stars, the one who make this channel happen, baby. Let's give a shout-out to Jared Chanderbilt, Chan Therick, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de Bajo, Baby Elliot Matson, Ryan Perry, the legend, Jordan the GOAT, Best Roll, Just Buckets, JB, Zap Watts, TGD Total Game Domination, Christian House Money to Haas, Tyson Price, the price is right. I'm glad you're having a better day. Zintis, I'm glad you're having a better day. I want you to have a good day too, Tyson Price. The price is right. But Zintis, I'm just happy you're having a better day. Or was it Tyson? Now I want to look. Who was having the bad day? Zintis! Zintis was having the bad day. Now we're having a better day. Let's see. Where are we? Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer, Ezekiel at Rice, Seabay, the man from down under, Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire, Donald Schooley, schooling all of us, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. Guys, if you haven't already, I hope you subscribe to the channel, especially if you're a Utah Jazz fan. What if you're not? What are you doing if you haven't already? What's wrong with you? Where do you live? What's your name? Are you a Jazz fan if you haven't subscribed to this channel? By the way, oh, it's Tankathon time. I got it up right there. Okay, thank you, Jazz fan huddle. The Jazz huddle fan. Let's do this. Nightly Tankathon. Give us... Oh, I cut my arm off. World of Warcraft. All right, let's see. What you doing for me, Minnesota? Number 12. And the Lakers give the number 1 pick to New Orleans. And they will pick Victor Wembanyama. And San Antonio gets Scoot Henderson. And the Jazz... Actually, one thing that's cool is... Tankathon just updated their mock drafts. So if we get number 12, that would land us Brandon Miller. I think he had a monster dunk the other day. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Look at that. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 7 for 9 3-pointers. That's pretty good. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right. I will see you tomorrow. We'll see if the Jazz win. Remember, Prize Picks. Go use it. Hoops Nerd. Like and subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you next time.